Hello and welcome. You're watching Good Morning India. I'm Gargi Raut. Our top story: for the first time after a historic 15-month-long agitation, farmers set to stage a protest at Jantar Mantar in the national capital again. However, permission for this protest has not been given. The Kisan Morcha, an umbrella body consisting of around 40 farmer organizations, had announced the Jantar Mantar protest, primarily demanding proper implementation of the minimum support price for crops and the sacking of MOS home Ajay Mishra Teni, whose son is the main accused in running over farmers in Lakhimpur Kheri. Delhi police has heightened security at the Singhu and Ghazipur borders on the Delhi-Meerut expressway ahead of the farmers' protest. At Tikait border as well, barricades have been put up at the Singhu border located at North-West Delhi as well as the Ghazipur border. Well, let's go across to Vedant now for more on this story. And Vedant, so the Delhi police also putting up, tightening security ahead of the farmer protest. This as farmers have started arriving at Jantar Mantar for this Mahapanchayat.
That's right, Gargi. Security has been tightened not just at the Tikri border but also at the Singhu border as well as the Ghazipur border now. So farmers, of course, were ferried in buses and private vehicles, and as they arrived at the Tikri border, they were stopped by cops, and there was a bit of a standoff between cops and farmers. And farmers, of course, saying that it is their right to protest, and when borders to the national capital were opened earlier, why is it that suddenly they are now not being allowed to enter the national capital? Now, remember, they had called for protest at Mahapanchayat at Delhi's Jantar Mantar, and they were also planning to make their way to Delhi's Rakabganj and Delhi's Bangla Sahib Gurdwara. Now, police, of course, did not grant permission for this protest, and prohibitory orders were also imposed in Delhi. Now, also their main demands are that there should be a law on MSP, that is the minimum support price, that should be in place, and this should be implemented at the earliest. And at the same time, as you mentioned, the sacking of Minister Ajay Mishra Teni. At the same time, they also say that cases that were imposed that were put on these farmers during the 15-month-long agitation must also be removed, and farmers should be released from jail. And apart from this, a very important development today is that the panel on MSP is going to meet at 10:30 a.m. today. Now, this is the first time that this government panel is to meet, and our sources tell us that a key decision on MSP is also likely today. Most probably a panel, a subcommittee on, to look into MSP will be formed today in the, in the meeting at 10:30 a.m. Now, in this particular panel, there were 3 seats that were kept aside for Samyukt Kisan Morcha members, but they refused to attend this meeting, and they refused to be a part of this panel altogether. They called it an anti-farmers panel. They said that they have nominated, so-called farmer leaders, and this panel is a farce, is what the Samyukt Kisan Morcha farmers said. So, of course, a lot of developments happening simultaneously. But as of now, the farmers, have been stopped at the Delhi-Haryana border, and they're not allowed to enter the national capital.